when, in the midst of Kojima's public falling out with Konami, 2015's The Phantom Pain debuted containing themes like betrayal, dystopia, and revenge, it seemed as if the artists and their art had finally, in the trajectory maintained by Kojima Productions all along, fused completely. Death Stranding deals with the death of MGS much more directly and somehow more painfully than even The Phantom Pain had. I hate to spread rumors and pure conjecture, so consider this probably wrong, but so far, the game, for me, conveys an intense, almost guilt for what, for Kojima's anyway, apparently felt and feels like not only the death of a child, but an act of euthanization. From the title on down, Death Stranding is a heavy, incredibly dense experience. There's a sense in which the game resembles merely the bare bones of every Kojima game. That is, prior to contact with the player, who, like always, completes it by putting our own personal spin on it. Death Stranding feels authorial. The game feels far more invested in bringing across Kojima's personal experiences not just from life, but as a creator. If I had to guess, I would venture that Konami would have been content for Kojima to just keep making Metal Gear games until he died. But I think that he wanted to make something new. They basically told him that if he wanted to do that, he'd have to leave. And so he did. It caused Konami, at least it seems that Kojima feels as if, it caused Konami single-handedly to collapse. It ensured that no Metal Gear game after him will be successful. And now he's at Sony, and he seems to feel like people won't really be interested in him without Konami or without Metal Gear behind him. In a way, this is a very vulnerable and almost painfully honest game, unless I'm reading entirely too much into everything, which of course is a real possibility. The famous auteur Kojima has always been known for fourth wall breaks, meta commentary, and personal Easter eggs. For example, some have speculated that MGS4 was a statement on Kojima dealing with the midlife crisis. But Death Stranding takes this authorial commentary to the point of near self-flagellation. It's aggressively bereft of anything that mainstream gaming audiences would recognize, almost as a punishment, not of the player but of Kojima. There's a sense as if Kojima can only move on from the death of his baby, Metal Gear, by burning out all but the last traces of it from him, all but the last of its strand. In this respect, Death Stranding seems to be a remarkable act of working through personal issues in both a public and interactive way. Every player who sticks with Death Stranding, despite its unforgiving and unforgiven foreignness, has a little taste of the prospect of trying to create a new IP after Metal Gear, as well as the process of making every Metal Gear before it. But it's not as navel-gazy or as narcissistic as I might be making it sound. A huge element in Death Stranding seems to be about imparting Kojima's philosophy, both for life, but also for culture and game design. There's a chilling sense, given the ton of Egyptian references, that this game is somehow meant as Kojima's pharaohic tomb, the last glittering artifact for future generations to remember him by, his strand, in a line of such projects that stretches all the way back to Kojima's earliest work as a game designer. Ultimately, this philosophy gets ruined if I just explain it, though. All I'll say further is, if I'm right, Death Stranding is invested in the idea of getting people to think about the future, and that includes Kojima thinking about a future post-Metal Gear.